So now let's work on this beautiful card components in here, right? Okay, so let's start. So now we'll creating our card component, our custom card component. So create a file inside this components. Let's give it a name of card.js, right? Okay, like so. Now in here we can copy these two lines, or let's say these three lines, Control C, and paste it in here to save a little bit of time. Now let's create a const and let's give it a name of card and card, and let's assign this to an arrow function. And now let's export this as a default, export default and card, like so. Okay, now inside this add a return keyword, and this will return a view. And now let's start coding. Now inside this view, first of all we will have this image. Let me show you. We will have this image, and then we'll add this a little icon of circle, and then we have this again a text, and then we have this name of the channel. Okay, so first this will have an image, right? So for that we need to pull out image from React Native. So image, like so, and here we can use our image. Let me close this, right? Okay, image, and let's self close this. Image will have a source. Now source here will be a URI. We can add a URI to this, and URI basically we need to put some image. So let's search in this unsplash. Let's search for background, BACK GROUND. Let's search for beautiful backgrounds. Now in here let's say yeah, let's say this one, right? Okay, let's do this. Here we will just copy where is copy image address, right? And I will put this in here, Control V, like so, right? Yeah, so we need to add a style to this as well, right? So we need to add width and height. So I will add a style, and let's say width will be 100% of our screen. So 100%. Now you know this percent sometimes doesn't work, right? So instead of that we should use dimension. We'll be using that. For now let's keep this this percent, and it will have a height of, let's say, let's make it 140. Let's see how things looks, then we'll change this if things doesn't look good. Okay, now let's save this, right? And let's import this in our home screen. So let's import card from dot slash. We have s, why the hell we are, okay, we need to put dot slash, right? Yeah, because home is inside the source folder, right? We need to put dot slash to go up the directory, right? Now inside this component, yeah, inside this component here we have this card, right? Now here we can make use of that card, and we can self close it. Let's see, save it, and let's have a look in here, and nothing is visible. Why is that a case? Let me see the again code part. Everything is correct. We have given flex1 to this app, right? So it should work, right? Let's again have a look. Oh, this let's, so I think this takes time, little bit time to load up this image, right? Okay, now I think this is height is too small, right? Height is too less, so let's increase the number, right? Yeah, this header, let's make it 200. Let's save this, and yeah, it is looking decent, right? Okay, now we need a text below that, right? So we'll create a, let's create a separate view, right? And we'll put a, oh, not here, after this image tag ends we'll create separate view, and inside this view we'll use two text component basically. That is why we are creating this separate view. Yeah, so in this text let's put a random text. Let's say this is amazing course course, right? Okay, yeah, we'll duplicate this, and here we will put the name of the channel. Not We also need icon, right? Yeah, we need icon here as well. So we should create another view, right? Yeah, here we should create another view, right? And we should put these two text inside this view, because you know why we are doing this. Let me show you the icon. We have this and we have both the two text, so we need to align these two views row wise, right? So that is why we are creating. So in the first view we have just icon, right? In the second view we have two text, that is why we are putting this two text inside a separate view, right? Okay, right, yeah, like so. And now here we'll be using an icon, right? So here we can copy the icon, right? So account circle was coming from material, so we don't need this ant icon. And end typo, let's go to this header and let's copy this material icon, right? The same thing, control C. And where is here, we need to paste it in here, control V, like so. We'll add a color of uh, to hash 212121, like so, right? And we forgot to put an ending quote, like so. Now these two views, this view and this view, will be aligned row wise. That is why we that is why we put this two component, this two text component inside a separate view, right? So we need to align these two row wise, right? So here we'll be adding style, and we'll be aligning flex direction in row, like so. Let's have a look and how it looks like. Okay, so we have this amazing icon and this two text, right? Okay, so we have misspelled this course, right? Okay, now we should give a little margin to this view, right? So let's give it a margin, little margin, right? Margin of, let's say, 5. Let's see how it looks like, right? Yeah, it is giving a little bit margin. Now we need to give margin to this this text component, right? This text view. So we can grab this view, and inside this we can add we can give a style, right? We need to give a little margin from the left side, right? So we can give margin from the left side, and left side it will be, let's say, 6. Let's see how it looks like. And it is looking decent, but we can increase it a little bit, let's say 10. Now let's have a look. Now okay, it is decent, right? We can make this font size bigger, right? So let's make this font size this bigger. So here I will be giving a style to this first component, style, and I can make a font size let's say 20, maybe. Let's try 20, and yeah, this is amazing, right? And we can make this this default size is okay, right? It is looking decent, it is looking decent. Okay, so this is it for now, right? I'm loving this, right? Okay, now if you want, you can give this card a shadow, right? Let's try how it looks like, right? So I will grab this root view. Let's see how it looks like if I give a shadow, right? So here I can add elevation, and elevation, let's give it a name of number of 4. Maybe this is not working in here, I don't know. Let's duplicate this card one more time. Where is our home screen? Let's duplicate that. Alt shift down key. Let's duplicate this and see. Okay, so I don't know why the hell is this is not working. Elevation, I think we haven't given a little margin, right? So we should we give a little margin. Bottom, right? Let's try. Oh, I don't know why the hell this elevation is not working. Maybe we can let's try to increase margin 10. Let's see if yeah, it is giving this. Okay, I think it's this need a refresh, right? Yeah, this elevation needs a refresh here. Oh yeah, we can give a margin. Yeah, yeah, the margin is responsible, right? That is why we were not able to see the elevation, right? Okay, so we have this little shadow, but we won't want this elevation, right? We don't want this. I was just showing you, you can give, right, this elevation to have shadow between the cards, but we don't have shadow in this YouTube app, right? And now let's compare this application. It is beautiful, right? Okay, now one more thing which I need to point out is let's close this, right? And let's make this title little longer, like let's make this little longer. I will put random text without seeing in my keyboard, and let's save this and let's see what happens. Now this text is being overflowed, right? It is being overflow. uh, so here in this image you can see if the text is being overflowed. Here we can see we have these three dots in here, right? Yeah, so here if the text overflows, here we can add a property that is where basically property that is ellipse, ellip, ellip, size mode. M should be capital, right? Okay, and that should be this is not in this style, right? We are giving this to style. This is not uh, in style. This is a property to text component, right? So here we can write, yeah, this ellipse mode, and this will be let's say we will be putting we will be putting these dots to the tail, means on the very end of the text. Let's save this, right? And let's see what happens. So this will not affect this. Let's give this text a little bit. Let me give this the width in order to show you, right? Let's give this width of 40. Let's see. Width is too small. I think we need to give one more thing, that is number of lines. Yeah, here we need to give number of lines, and let's fix this number of lines to 1, right? Our whole text will be written in only one line. Now here you can see this is right. Now I will be giving width to, let's say 50. Let's see here. Now you can see these three dots in here, right? Let's increase a little bit width to, let's say 100, right? Let's save this. Yeah, here you can see now we have the three dots. If we have used, let's say instead of this tail, we can use this middle. Let's see how now it looks like. So we see here this text, these dots are being in the middle now, right? Okay, so but we don't want that. We want here tail, tail, like so. We can restrict the number of lines to 2, let's say. Yeah, not more than 2, right? Okay, if the text increases, now here what we can do, we can give a little width, right? Width to the screen, let's say to the 80% of the screen, right? Okay, let's try 80. Put this inside code, 80%. Let's save this. And yeah, now what I will do, I will increase the text. I will put a random character without looking into my keyboard. I will write a long text. Let's save this. And again, it is not. Let's look into this now. What the heck is this? I think this is not refreshing. Let's put a control reload here. Yeah, it is working. Is it showing this all the text in here? Width, amazing course, SD something, and it is not showing. Yeah, I told you this width is basically buggy. This width of the percent is sometimes buggy, right? That is why we are able to see this thing, right? So instead of giving this an 80%, what we will do, we can, let's hard code this to, let's say a very big number, let's say 200. Let's see now. Yeah, it is working. Yeah, this percent is making this buggy, right? Instead what we can do, we can import something called as dimensions from here. D, put a comma here, dimensions, right? Now from dimension we can get the width of our screen, right? So here we can make use of dimension di not this di dimension dot get, and we'll get the screen, right? And here we can get the width of our screen, right? And not the full screen. From there we can minus, let's say 50 units. Let's save this now. Now it is looking decent. It is, you can see now we have these 3 dots in here, right? It is decent, it is beautiful. Now here you can see we are not able to scroll, right? Scroll. Now what we can do, in order to scroll, let's go to this home. We can import here scroll view, sc scroll view, this one, right? And now we can put this as cards inside this scroll view, like so, right? Let's duplicate cards couple of times. Let's save this, and now if we scroll, we are able to scroll, right? So this is looking beautiful, right? Yeah, so I'm loving this. Is I think we are finished working with UI, right? So this is identical, almost identical. We have this too much of the margin from the bottom. We can give this or we can leave this as it is, or we can increase this icon. Let's do a little bit more refactor, right? Okay, let's go to this, and in this is view we can give a style, and you can put a border if you want, right? Border bottom width also in here. Let's say 2. It will show a little border in here, right? Let me change the border color. Or let me give a margin in order to see margin bottom. Let's say 3. Let's save this. Now here we can see this is, we are able to see the bottom border, right? But border is looking too ugly. We'll be not giving this. Instead we'll be only giving margin, right? Let's save this, and we can increase a little bit, let's say to the 10. Let's save this, and yeah, it is okay. It is beautiful. It is looking decently beautiful, right? Okay, or we can increase the size of this as well. Here we can increase the size to, let's say 40. Yeah, it is looking good, right? Okay, so this is it for now. So we have finished working with our home screen, and this is looking beautiful, right? So the next video maybe we'll be working on the search screen, right? So I'll see you guys in the next video.